Hey calculus, we're going to go through this example. When you enter your equation right here into your calculator, again, make sure that you always put parentheses around the top and the bottom. Alright, if you sketch the graph, it is a line. Alright, there is a discontinuity at x is equal to 2, because if you plug in 2 for x, you are dividing by 0. Okay, so the whole would be at 2. So if we go over 1, 2, and we go up to the graph is going to have a hole up here at the point 2. It looks like 2, 3. Okay, you cannot see the hole on the graph because your calculator does not know how to pick up its pencil and put it down. But if you go into the table at x is equal to 2, you will see an error. Okay, let's see. Part B, show that f of 2 gives an indeterminate form. Well, if I plug 2 in on top, this is going to give me 2 squared is 4, 4 times 2 is 8, 8 minus 5 times 2 is 10, 8 minus 10 is negative 2, plus 2, we get a 0. 2 minus 2 is 0. Alright, why is there no value for 2? Because it causes division by 0. Alright? Alright, part C, using your graph to find the limit. We want to find the limit as x approaches 2. So put an imaginary vertical line through 2. Looks like this. Okay? And then as you trace the graph, coming from the left, you're coming in at a y value of 3 right there. And if I trace the graph coming from the right, my graph isn't very good, but it's both. It's coming in, the right and the left are coming in at 3. So the limit is 3. All right, if we make a table, remember, to change your table, these are increments of 0.001 thousandths. Okay? So your delta, your change in x is going to be 0.001. Remember, to get to that on your calculator, you hit second window, and that will take you to where you can start your table and put in what increments you want to go in. All right, take a minute, pause the video, and do that. Okay, make sure that your table matches, and let's look at what's happening here. Let's look at our x column. As we're getting closer and closer to 2 from the left and from the right, our y values are getting closer and closer to, it looks like 3. So our table is showing that as x approaches 2, the y values are approaching 3. All right? And if you go in very small increments like that, you get really close to your y value. All right. So, using our table, our limit is also 3. Now, let's find the limit algebraically. All right, the first thing we do is we ask ourselves, can we do direct substitution? Can I plug 2 in for x here, here, and here? I can't, because that would cause me to divide by 0. The second thing I check for is the 0 over 0, which I've already know that I have. That 0 over 0 tells me that I probably have a limit. So that is my cue to go ahead and factor this so that I can cancel it out and then do direct substitution. So we are going to keep our denominator the same. This is a trinomial, so I can factor that into 2 binomials. The only way that I can split up 2 is 2 and 1. The only way that I can split up x squared is x and x. So when I multiply my first 2 terms together, I have to get 2x squared. For my last term in each binomial, well, the only factors of 2 are 1 and 2. So I'm going to just try. I'm going to put the 1 here, and I'm going to put the 2 here. All right, this gives me a product of 1x. This outside product gives me a product of 4x. When I add these two things, 4x and 1x, I need my middle term. So that means they both have to be negative. All right, so it's going to be 2x minus 1 and x minus 2. All right, so in calculus, you have to know how to factor. There's a lot of different ways to factor. You can use synthetic division, you can use boxes and diamonds. Okay, so now we have the limit as x approaches 2 of our factored version. Now these, of course, cancel out. So now I have the limit as x approaches 2 of what's left, 2x minus 1. Now I can do direct substitution because when I plug in 2 for x, it doesn't cause division by 0. So now I do direct substitution. So I plug 2 in for x, I get 2 times 2 minus 1. 4 minus 1, I get my 3. All right, hopefully that helps. Please keep in touch. Shoot me an email or a text if you need help. All right, way to go. Assignment number 1, calculus.